If you've been on YouTube and TikTok lately, you've probably been seeing a lot about these retro handheld devices, and you're wondering, which one's right for me? I've tested dozens of these, and I'm ready to make my recommendation. Let's get into it. So the first device we're going to look at today is the Anbernic RG34xxSP. This is a folding clamshell handheld. It is 3.4-inch screen, and it is very similar to the Game Boy Advance SP. One of the nice things that I like about this one is that it does have really nice buttons. If you look at the D-pad and feel the button clicks are very responsive. They feel great when you're playing the game, and the D-pad has a nice rock to it, so when you're playing like fighting games and things of that nature, that feels really good. The screen itself has really vibrant colors. The blues are really dark blue, the reds look great, the greens are excellent, so it's a really nice device. It does play all sorts of retro games in addition to Game Boy Advance. Here you're seeing I'm playing Sonic the Hedgehog. That does play great. What you'll notice with games outside of Game Boy Advance is there will be some black bars on the left and right hand side. That's just because of the aspect ratio is a little bit different. But when you're playing Game Boy Advance, you'll notice that that's not there. So that'll be really taking advantage of the full screen, which is excellent. But any other system, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, those are all going to look great as well. There just may be a little bit of letterboxing on the side, so just something to keep in mind. One thing I do like about these clamshell handhelds is that they have this kind of protective measure, whereas when you fold the screen, it protects itself and it allows you to put it in your pocket. Another nice thing about this device is when you do close the screen, there's magnetic sensors on the end. So the device knows that you've closed it and puts the device into a sleep mode. So that's really nice. And then when you open it back up, you can get right back into your game. So very nice feature there. I do like that. From a pricing perspective, the Anbernic RG34xxSP does come in right around $90 on Amazon. And then from the manufacturer, you can get a little bit cheaper, but there will be shipping. So all in all, Amazon is the recommended way to buy it, in my opinion, just because of ease of purchase. Obviously, the ability to return it quite easily. So it is a great device. I think it's worth it for the price, given that you can play thousands of different games across multiple different devices. So definitely a great device and one worth considering. All right, next up, we've got the Anbernic RG35xxPro. This is one of Anbernic's most popular models right now. It is a 3.5-inch screen. It is a vertical handheld in the shape of a Game Boy Color. If you had one of those growing up, this is going to be very familiar to you. And it does have some nice features that we'll go through. From the button perspective, the D-pad feels really responsive and nice. It's got a good rock to it. The buttons feel clicky and not too mushy. The X, A, Y, B buttons also feel nice. They've got a good click to them, and you got good responsiveness on that. Of course, you've got your start, select, and menu. And then this one also has the joysticks. This device also has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So you can connect this via Wi-Fi, and you can also connect Bluetooth devices like a controller if you wanted to hook this up to your TV. This does have a great screen. I do like the blues, the reds, and the yellows. I think that looks nice. It does get nice and bright. One of the nice features on this device is the larger size, so it does feel a little bit better in the hand. And it's got a good heft to it. It's not heavy, but it feels very sturdy. And, with no moving parts, that'll be a benefit of this one just being kind of more robust and sturdy and less likely to have issues. So that's nice. And it does, like I said, feel great in the hand. I've played this one quite a bit, and I really do like this size. I have had my kids play it as well, and they like this one a lot too. This is definitely one of their favorites to play. It's easy to just pick up and go, and your hands know right where to go to play it. This is a really nice all-arounder device. It has excellent sound, just like the Anbernic SP34xxP, but you do get that extra little bit of grip and that non-moving part. So definitely a great choice. From a cons perspective, obviously being a little bit bigger does mean it's going to be a little bit less pocketable, but the size really isn't too bad, honestly. When you look at it in my hand, you could definitely fit this into kind of a larger pocket if you're wearing like cargo shorts or something like that. So it's still portable and pocketable. but obviously not going to be as portable as the Anbernic RG34xxSP. So all around great device, really do like it, and one I do recommend. From a pricing perspective on the Anbernic RG35xxPro, it is going to come in right around $75 on Amazon. Do recommend getting it from Amazon just for that ease of purchase and ease of return if there are issues. I think well worth the price given all the different games you can play across many different systems and coming with thousands of games out of the box. So definitely a great device, and I do highly recommend this one. Next up, we've got the Anbernic RG DS. So this one's a little bit different in that it does have 2 screens. And the reason for that is this is really modeled after the Nintendo DS. And so yes, you can play DS games on this device, and it does come with a stylus. So if you want to play those games that require a stylus, you can definitely do that on this. And of course, just like all the other devices we've looked at today, it does have the ability to play all the other retro games, so that's really nice as well. It does have a 4-inch screen here on the top and bottom. The top one is going to be your main screen, and then the bottom is, primarily used for DS games or if you want to navigate through apps. One of the differences about this device is it is running Android versus Linux like the other two. If you've got an Android phone at home, this will be very similar to how that operates, where you have the Google Play Store and you can download apps and games that way. And then this one also is a flip device, just like the Anbernic RG34xxSP. So if you flip this one down, you can see that it does get nice and compact. It is a larger device, but you'll notice that this is definitely bigger and stretching a little bit on the pocketability, but it still does get nice and compact that way. And of course, it does protect the screens when you close it, so that's a nice feature. As far as the screen quality and the colors, again, it's going to look really nice, just like all the other Anbernics that we've looked at. You'll see very vibrant blues and nice reds and yellows, so that is really nice feature. And it does play really well for playing the retro games or any other game like that. So definitely one I do recommend if you're looking for the ability to play Nintendo DS and you also want to play kind of those other retro games. This one can do that as well. From a pricing perspective on the RG DS, this one does come in right around $130 on Amazon. And then of course there will be, sales and whatnot, so you can keep out for that. All in all, a great device. If you're looking to play DS games and looking for a dual screen device, this is definitely a good option. Next up, we've got the Miyoo Mini Plus. This is a 3.5-inch screen, and this is a nice compact unit. So you will see that this is going to be smaller than the other devices that we've looked at, with the exception of the Anbernic RG34xxSP is a little bit smaller, but that one is a folder, so when it opens, it gets a little bit bigger. This one does have the benefit of having that all-in-one vertical handheld frame, so you've got no moving parts here, so that makes it a little bit more sturdy. But one thing you do sacrifice with the smaller size is you're not going to have the analog sticks. So if that's something that you really want to have, keep in mind that that's not going to be on this device. But if that's not something that you're concerned about, then this one's definitely a great option, especially if you're looking for portability. This one does definitely fit in the pocket really well, and it is really well liked by the community as a great option for just kind of taking it on the go and being able to, play anywhere that you want to play without taking up too much space in your pocket. Just like the other devices we've looked at, it does have nice buttons. This one is a little bit less clicky for the D-pad, but still very nice. So you'll see that it's got a good rock to it and very easy to actuate the buttons. On the XAYB, again, those feel great. A little bit less clicky, but still very nice. So I do like that, and it is very easy to pick up and play. A little bit smaller in the hand, so just something to keep in mind that you're not going to be able to get as much grip on this device, but it is, you're going to gain obviously the portability, so that's a nice feature there. As far as the colors and the vibrant screen, it definitely does look nice. Just like the other 2.5-inch screens that we've looked at, does have that 4:3 aspect ratio, so all of your classic Sega Genesis and Nintendo are all going to look really nice. No letterboxing going on here. and it does look nice there. Of course, when you move into your Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and whatnot, you will notice a little bit of letterboxing, but really not too bad. It is nice to have that 3.5-inch screen in a smaller size, so I do like that, and that's definitely one of the benefits that people like about this device. But again, as I mentioned, you do get a little bit less grip on this. And then this one does come with your games and emulators, so it is ready to go out of the box. Again, from a pro's perspective, portability and then having that more compact design. It does have a nice vibrant screen and good sound. Maybe not as good as some of the other ones, but just, definitely good enough and serviceable for what it is. And it does feel good in the hand. But from a cons perspective, obviously being a smaller device means that you are going to sacrifice a little bit of your grip. So it is going to be a little bit of a tighter grip, and you do lose the analog sticks. So if that's something that the deal breaker for you, you may want to look at some of the other devices. But all in all, I think it's a great device if you're looking for something really small, compact, and without the ability to have a screen that flips and extra moving components like that, then this is a great fit. This one does run right around $73 on Amazon. All in all, great device, and definitely one to consider if you're looking for portability. All right, so the winner for the all-around best fit for folks that are new to retro handhelds, whether it be kids, people just getting into the hobby, or people that have never played video games, my recommendation is going to be the Anbernic RG35xxPro. I really do like this device. It's a great all-arounder. It does feel great in the hand. It's about the same size as a Game Boy Color. It does come in 3 different colors. You can see the translucent green here. It does come in black and white, I believe, as well. What I do really like about this one, as we discussed, the 3.5-inch screen, nice and vibrant, looks really great when you're playing your retro games. It's got that 4:3 aspect ratio, so you're not going to have those bars on the left and right hand side when you're playing. So that looks great. And control-wise, it feels really good. Buttons are really responsive, and it does play very nice. It does have the joysticks left and right side if you're interested in playing those games, so that's a really nice feature. And just all around a great fit. My kids highly enjoyed this one. They really do like playing it. I enjoy playing it as well. And for $75, I think you really can't beat this level of quality and the amount of games you can play. From what you're getting for this device and the quality, I do think it's worth it, and I do highly recommend it. That'll be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review of the best retro handheld for beginners, newcomers to the retro handheld world, and people that are brand new to video games, as well as kids. If you did like this video, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave those down below. I will be having affiliate links down in the description below. I do get a small commission if you decide to go ahead and purchase a device. That helps me to continue to keep the channel going and review additional devices. Thank you again for watching, and we'll be doing another review here very shortly. Thank you.